Have you ever heard a story so clever it stuck with you for years? There's a tale from thousands of years ago about a king whose wisdom was so legendary it's still talked about today.
This is the story of King Solomon, and it's more than just an ancient legend. It's a masterclass in human psychology and justice.
Let's travel back to ancient Israel. Around the 10th century BC, a young king named Solomon, the son of the famous King David, ascends to the throne.
Instead of asking for wealth or long life, Solomon asks God for a wise and discerning heart to govern his people.
And boy, did he get it.
His reign became known as a golden age, a time of peace, prosperity,
and incredible architectural achievements, including the magnificent First Temple in Jerusalem.
But it wasn't the gold or the buildings that defined Solomon's legacy. It was his mind.
People traveled from all corners of the known world just to hear his judgments and soak in his wisdom. The most famous of his stories, the one that truly cemented his reputation, is the Judgment of Solomon. Imagine this scene. Two women appear before the king, both in tears, both holding onto a single infant. One woman cries out, "My lord, this woman and I live in the same house. I had a baby, and 3 days later, she did too. But during the night, her baby died. She woke up, saw her dead child, and swapped him with my living son while I was asleep. When I woke up to feed my baby, I found a dead child, but it wasn't mine."
The other woman fires back. "No, the living one is my son.
The dead one is yours."
They argue back and forth, a tangled mess of grief and accusation. There are no witnesses, no DNA tests.
It's one woman's word against another's. How could anyone possibly know the truth?
The entire court falls silent, all eyes on the young king. What would you do? This is where Solomon's genius shines. He doesn't interrogate them further. He doesn't look for physical evidence. Instead, he tests their hearts. He calls for a sword and declares, "This is the only fair way.
Cut the living child in two, and give half to one and half to the other."
The courtroom gasps.
Can you imagine the horror? But then, something remarkable happens.
The first woman, the true mother, cries out in agony, "Please, my lord, give her the little baby. Don't kill him." Her motherly love was so powerful, she would rather give up her child than see him harmed. But the other woman, her face cold and hard, says, "Neither I nor you shall have him. Cut him in two." And in that instant, the truth is laid bare for all to see. Solomon points to the first woman and says, "Give the living child to her. Do not kill him. She is his mother." This story is brilliant because it's not just about finding a lost baby.
It's a profound lesson about empathy, sacrifice, and the unbreakable bond of a mother's love. Solomon understood human nature. He knew that a true parent's instinct is to protect, not to possess. He created a situation where the women's true characters were revealed by their reactions.
The story spread like wildfire, and Solomon's fame as a just and wise ruler grew exponentially. It wasn't about a magic trick. It was about deep psychological insight.
This wisdom wasn't just for the courtroom. Solomon is also credited with writing large parts of the Bible, including the Book of Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and the Song of Solomon.
These texts are filled with timeless advice on everything from finance and relationships to the very meaning of life. Phrases we still use today, like "pride comes before a fall," trace back to the wisdom attributed to him.
So, the next time you're faced with a tricky problem, think of King Solomon.
The best solution might not be the most obvious one. Sometimes you have to look deeper, past the noise and the arguments, and understand the heart of the matter. The legacy of King Solomon teaches is that true wisdom isn't just about being smart. It's about being compassionate, discerning, and understanding what truly drives people. Thanks for joining me on this journey back in time. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more tales from history that still resonate today. See you next time.